Do you and your spouse feel disconnected? Are you drifting apart? In this video, I'll share 3 powerful tips that you can implement today to start turning your marriage around. Yes, you can save your marriage and stop even a divorce. My wife and I wrote this marriage book, The Dream Home, full of tips for couples. Also, I'll have a bonus tip in the end, so watch the whole video. Let's go to the tips. Tip number 1, improve your communication. What do I mean by that? I'm starting with communication because effective communication is key to creating intimacy in marriage. Communication has 2 parts. First, sharing or self-disclosure, and second, listening with empathy. Perhaps you and your spouse have become too busy with life's demands. Maybe you two work hard, you have to take care of the kids, and maybe when you get home, you are tired, and then you don't give each other the best, and you don't communicate regularly, and you begin to drift apart little by little. Since intimacy is emotional, intellectual, physical, and spiritual, you need to begin to share your mind, share your heart, share your soul with your spouse, which eventually will lead to physical intimacy, sharing your bodies. Share your thoughts and feelings with your spouse, always calmly and respectfully. Then, when your spouse shares with you, you will need to listen attentively and show empathy by reflecting your spouse's feelings. Focus on your spouse's feelings and emotions and respond with a reflective statement. Something like this: "Honey, it sounds like you're feeling disappointed." Or, "Honey, you seem frustrated. Tell me more." When you listen with empathy, you show care and concern for your spouse, and that creates a meaningful connection. Watch our video here, How to Listen to Your Spouse. Tip number 2, do fun things with your spouse. Marriage experts say that you can start changing your marriage by making small changes in the relationship. Yes, positive changes. As I mentioned, couples get too busy with work, children, etc., and they tend to neglect the relationship. Maybe this happened to you. Excitement and fun is no longer in the picture. Well, you can change that. You can start with specific behavioral changes in your marriage. So think about some fun activities that you and your spouse used to do at the beginning of the relationship, maybe even when you were dating. And you can talk together and decide what to start doing, and then you do it consistently. Consistency is key. I'm talking about changing your routine and adding fun activities. Here are some activities that you may consider. You can go for a walk at the end of the day and then enjoy each other's company, and then you talk about the things you see. Don't talk about a problem. Don't try to solve a problem. Don't talk about the children. Talk about the two of you. You can go to a restaurant. If you like going out to eat, this will be a pleasant activity. But remember, don't break the bank here. You can watch a movie together at home. Pop some popcorn and enjoy the movie, enjoy the evening together. You can go for a walk in the mall, or you can watch the sunset together. That can be a beautiful experience, and guess what? It's free. The point here is spend time together and have fun. Then you will see that your spouse is a fun person to be around, and your spouse will see that you are a fun person to be around. And more importantly, you will reconnect with each other. Tip number 3, practice patience in your marriage. Many couples get frustrated in their marriages, and then they fight and fight. And they fight over small things and big things. Perhaps you got into this habit and you are arguing and criticizing your spouse. Maybe you also become defensive when your spouse talks with you. And these negative interactions can erode trust and intimacy in marriage. Remember, your spouse is not perfect. Therefore, he or she will disappoint you and will not meet all your needs or expectations. That's normal. It happens in all marriages, even in great marriages. So here I'm not talking about big marital problems such as an affair or addiction. I'm talking about some minor daily frustrations, okay? So you need patience, and it involves emotion regulation. That is, to be aware of your emotions and to have self-control. Here is a practical technique to be patient with your spouse. You can take time out to protect the relationship. It's important for you to let your spouse know that you are requesting a timeout. And you may say something like this: honey, I'm getting frustrated and angry right now, and I don't want to say anything that may hurt your feelings, so I need to take a timeout to cool off. Then you tell your spouse a time when you will come back to discuss the issue. Because when you do this, you are showing your spouse that you are not avoiding the conversation. Now, while you are taking a timeout, it's important to do a few things. You may use a breathing technique to cool yourself down. It's a technique of 4-7-8. 4. Inhale 4 seconds. Then you hold for 7 seconds. And then you exhale through your mouth 8 seconds. And you do that a few times and you begin to calm down. You may also listen to some relaxing, calming music that will help you to cool off. Once you cool off, you need to change your perception of the situation, and you need to remind yourself that your spouse is not perfect and that you two are on the same team. Being patient means that you are willing to overlook those minor everyday things in your marriage. Reality is, no one likes a cranky person going around the house complaining all the time about everything and pointing everyone else's fault, correct? So be patient with your spouse. Here is a bonus tip for you. Pray for your marriage daily. I'm a Christian, and I believe that God can transform your marriage. Yes, God can revive your marriage, and God can help you and your spouse find joy and love again. So I encourage you to pray and ask God to give you wisdom, to give you strength, and to help you and your spouse change the relationship. Now, if your marriage is in a serious crisis, I encourage you to look for a marriage counselor, okay? Watch the videos you see here on the screen to continue to learn how to improve your marriage. And if you liked the video, click the like button, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.